Okay, so 5.2, probably last video in this section. I want to construct a polynomial that's a second degree polynomial. It has zeros that are -4 and 3, and then has a y-intercept of -36. Okay, so first thing I like to do is figure out, what does second degree mean? That means that I have at least one term that has an x squared, okay? That could be it. That could be all it is. But I know that at least I have this. It could be something like that. That's a second degree, okay? But what I'm not going to have is I'm not going to have any cubes or to the fourth or anything bigger, because that would no longer be a second degree polynomial, okay? So I know I'm going to have at least two x's multiplied together. Now the zeros are really what help us figure out this problem, okay? So what does that mean whenever I'm looking at this graph, okay? So second degree, this is a parabola. Now our parabola is either going to be happy or it's going to be sad. We don't know what it is yet. We'll figure it out, okay? So the zeros here, we're told, are -4 and 3. So x equal -4 and x equal 3, okay? Those are my zeros. Now, if you think about this going backwards, okay? Now, I want it to be 0. How do I make x equal 3? How do I make it 0 on this side? To move 3, I subtract 3 from both sides. I have x minus 3 equal to 0. So here's what I know. Now I've got some factor that's x minus 3 equal to a 0. So that is a 0. What about over here? Add 4, add 4. So I have x plus 4 is another factor, and that's equal to 0. So I know that my f of x is going to be something times x plus 4 and x minus 3. Now the last of my criteria is this. I want a y-intercept equal to -36. For a y-intercept, to be on the y-axis, what is the value of x? The value of x on the y-axis is 0. So everywhere I see an x, I'm going to put a 0. So f of 0 equals, well, let's see, 0 plus 4 and 0 minus 3. Okay. When I plug this in, what do I get? I get 4 and then a -3. Ooh, this tells me that f of 0 is equal to what? -12. Do I want a y-intercept of -12? No. What do I want? I want a y-intercept of -36. So I've got to multiply this by something, call it constant here, okay, so that whenever I run through my scenario here, I get c times -12, which is this part here, equals what? What did I want it to be? -36. So what do I multiply c by to get, or what do I replace c with? Well, I divide both sides by -12, and I get c equals 3, okay? So c equals 3. So my final equation, f of x, is equal to 3 times x plus 4, x minus 3.